one thing that me and John were talking about, which is an interesting topic, is investing and like where's the line?
Christians invest?
Should Christians be investing? Did he talk to you about it?
Oh, I've had this conversation with Ben. Maybe. I don't know. I had this conversation with someone a while back,
Like
maybe
where,
a year or two ago.
What's the line?
I'd say it's circumstantial, right? Because for me, I won't get a state pension, so when you're self-employed, you have to invest in there's like low risk, medium risk, and high risk ones, and you just put it in one of them, and then that builds up over time. That's what a lot of people that are self-employed do.
Yeah, it's just the same as having your money in a bank, but just high risk, really, isn't it?
No difference.
Yeah. I'd probably say it depends on, again, your heart. Why are you doing it?
If you're doing it to become rich.
If you're doing it to become rich, I think there's a slight problem probably with that. If it's just I want to make more money to make my life more cushy, I'd probably be like, yeah. Are you really living trusting God to provide for you? And what are you going to use the money and the time to do when you make loads?
If you make loads.
If you make loads, yeah.
Yeah, depends. A lot of there's like savings accounts, aren't there? Which are like.
I think there's going to be obviously a wisdom as well.
I think this is a tricky subject.
Yeah, it is. I think there's going to be a wisdom as well, because I don't think we're called to. I'm not saying none of us are. I'm just saying there should be like a fair amount of research that goes into it to make sure. Yes, there's going to be risk, but this is an educated and a wise decision.
Yeah, like you got low to high. You just you can be comfortably if you put it in a low risk. Or I think medium risk is even pretty. You're pretty safe with that. Yeah. Low to medium, but when you go high and very high, then that is gambling.
That's
I'm pretty sure that's what even investors would class gambling levels. So before that, it's kind of like safety. This is what you do to get on, so you have a pension when you're finished. Yeah. Whereas if you put it in high,
you could lose. You could actually lose more than you put in.
Yeah. That's why it's high risk. So that's when it's classed as, I'm pretty sure it's like that would be classed as gambling then, your investments.
Because I think at that point, number one, you're reckless, and you could be reckless in terms of losing all that money and what it's doing, and you're just looking to flip loads, really,
and it would be silly as well, especially if you've got a family or even just wife.
And you put food in their mouth.
Yeah, and because that investment could be the difference between you or not having a pension for your future.
I guess
that would be stupid to do high risk pensions.
How much you're investing.
$1 billion trillion.
If you're investing like 90% of your
income, your salary,
your net assets, then that's risk. That's risky. But if it's like under 5%, then it's like I don't know.
What if you're investing but you're not giving to church? What do you think about that?
It's the same as earning any money and not giving to church, isn't it? The issue is not giving to church. I don't think the issue is.
Well, the issue is not giving. It's the heart.
Yeah. You want to make money, but
not giving your investment money or your salary.
Just any money. I think that's the root. Yeah.
Any money.
Like for example, if you were like you had enough money to make. Well, you had more than enough money, just about maybe, to make it to ends meet, and you got a little bit extra. You're not giving from your general salary, but you're going to take this money and then invest it.
I don't know. I can't speak on it. I'm pretty poor at doing that. But I've never ever had it on my conscience or my heart to invest or to put into the church. I don't know why. It's never something that's weighed heavy on my conscience. I've never really took any time to really think about it that much. I think maybe selfishly, I think I do so much for the church time wise. I think I do put a lot of energy, time, weekly into the church. I know it's not the right way of thinking, but I think maybe subconsciously I'm thinking that when the bucket comes around.
Yeah.
And plus I never carry cash, so
the bucket doesn't even come round these days.
No, it's normally online stuff.
Online, yeah. I think it's more. I guess as well, it's more effort now in the sense of because there's not a bag being passed around. You've got to actively go and set up a direct debit.
And it's also not. It's weird. I guess it's a weird line.
That's a whole other question in itself as well.
I just haven't even thought about it because it's not even been mentioned at the front.
I think it's mentioned that probably once a month at best, because I've thought about it in the sense of, oh, by the way, there's giving online and there's a collection box. Which
It's
is
very
state.
nonchalant.
Yeah,
You say.
because it's one of the weird things, isn't it? Where I think especially in evangelical or conservative circles, you don't want to come across like you're begging people for their money, and you don't want people to give for the wrong reasons. But I also think there's a balance of you should be encouraging people who are followers of Christ to give, because it's commanded in the Bible. And also you might have the visitors who come and enjoy or maybe delight in the work, the ministry that's been done, but they don't have, and they'd love to give, but they actually don't know how, where, you know.
I guess I don't know. Maybe some. I'm only guessing. It might be some people's perspective that they want to know exactly where that money's going, as well. If it was like, oh, we've got, we need money for to take the pews out, or for a new stage, or for this bit of equipment, or for put someone on a course, one of the staff
To train up one of our staff.
So we need some investment. If people knew, I guess that, then I guess people would put it in more.
You see people, especially people who've been in church ages, love giving to youth ministries.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it. Not so much building projects, but when you say this is for like the youth and for the community, people are a lot freer with their pockets in the sense of, they'll probably see something worth investing in a bit more.
I think it doesn't help that the Church of England's so skewed at the moment.
Yeah, that's the thing.
You don't want to be investing in their buildings. It just feels kind of wrong to give them money.
Yeah.
I get it, yeah.
I think that is definitely something at the back of my mind. Well, this is another question. So going on the investing thing a bit further, is it a wrong, so there's the aspect of I just want to be rich. Like that's one perspective, like mindset on investing, as I just want to be like filthy rich. And then the other like mindset is I just want to be financially free. So I don't want to have to work because my investments carry me. I've got 10 properties that pay my mortgage.
I think that's just as bad.
Yeah, I'd actually say the second possibly worse.
It's probably worse.
Because you're cool to work. Like, it's a good
Come
thing
on,
to
brother
work.
Mahoney, tell us.
But you have worked. So you've done
when
up all
does
the
Lord say to
houses.
stop?
Huh?
It doesn't say...
When the chariots swing low and call you home, that's when you stop working.
But I think if you want to be rich, I don't know if that's a problem. I think it's the intention of why you want to be rich. Possibly is could be the problem. If you're wanting to have money because you've got a vision that you want to for God's kingdom, you want to build a new community, a new church centre, loads of stuff for the church to help people, to support families.
If my goal is with this money I make, I'm gonna use it for kingdom work. That's. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with investing. It's just another way of saving money. Because like many churches invest the money.
You have to be wise with your money.
Yeah. Obviously, normally.
I even know of a church recently. I'm not going to name any names like some people.
Why are you making? I think if God's at the heart of why you're making the money, then that's different. It's when the love of money is the root of all evil.
Yeah.
That's when it becomes.
So the financial freedom thing is not the love of money. It's the love of I can do whatever I want. I can spend all my time with my kids. I can go and I can educate them myself because I don't have to send them to school because I've got all the time to teach them whatever I want. I can teach them how to be financially stable for the rest of their lives.
So they also have
why would I want them to have to work and slave away all day to make someone else rich? Like, why is that? Why is that good? Why is that good sense?
I also don't think there's anything wrong with being rich.
No, I don't think there's anything wrong with being rich either.
Financially free is just another way of saying you've got like enough income that if you got like £1 billion, just your money in the bank will
I think it's the same. I think it's the same question as well. Like, financial freedom is not the problem. It's why do you want to be free and what you're gonna do with that time.
Yeah,
I think it comes right down to why do you want to be rich? What are you gonna do with that money? Why do you want to be free? What are you gonna do with that time? If I'm gonna be a sluggard, as the Proverbs warn against,
fornicator.
You're gonna be man just went straight to fornication.
What are you gonna do with your time? Fornicate. I'm free.
That was wild, man.
That was a wild mobile job. But yeah, it's.
I'm just trying to think of a list of things.
I'm just gonna list off all the evils of the heart.
Witchcraft.
Now I'm financially free. Witchcraft is
Witchcraft is the
logical
first
step.
What can't we be using free type for? I didn't step into that pentagram. I just drew that on the floor. But yeah, I think it's like, what are you gonna use that time for? Because you see a lot of retired people, they're free technically, for kind of financially, aren't they?
Yeah, sort of.
With their time, free with their time.
Yeah.
I guess you look to mature Christians. What do they do with their time when they're retired? They serve.
Yeah.
In different ways. They still go on holiday. There's nothing wrong with that. Enjoy God's good creation, but that's not all they're doing. Because I think obviously there's always a balance, isn't there?
There's a line to find, isn't there?
Yeah.
Somewhere in there.
And it's just got to be your intentions, your heart's in the right place. But yeah.
What, do you think it's more biblically morally acceptable to be a billionaire?
I guess. How did you get there?
Yeah, that would be one aspect of it.
Like, if I've inherited $1 billion, there's nothing inherently wrong with that.
You haven't chosen.
You haven't I've inherited it.
You haven't done anything. You haven't chosen.
I had to. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I guess the majority of people don't inherit $1 billion.
Yeah, no. But
not the majority.
Well, I don't know actually.
It's only about 14%.
I don't, like I say, I don't think there's
I'm
sorry.
Stuff out.
That is so specific. That was so.
I could
Say
actually.
14. That was so quick as well. Yeah, it's only about 14% of people inherit millions.
Wow, that's so impressive, mate. If you
Knew that off the top of your
got
head.
that right,
what are going to be billionaires?
How many people inherit? Yeah, who are billionaires?
because that's such a niche bit of knowledge. That's have you actually got it?
We found out 74%.
It depends what you typed into Google, doesn't it?
Wait, maybe billionaires is what I meant.
It's going to be like 0.1% of the population.
It's got to be even less than that.
Yeah, maybe. But anyway, it's just become. I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with having that much money. It's just how difficult that is for somebody to.
How hard is it for the rich man to enter the kingdom of
Do
God?
they love their money
more than they love God?
Would they be willing to?
I
give
tell
away
you this,
that money?
brother. It is easier for a camel to pass through the eye.
Just assume I'm wrong. I can't find it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know any Christian billionaires.
Joel Osteen.
Again, I don't know
Any
any
Christian.
Christian
I
billionaires.
reiterate my point.
I don't know any, man.
Wasn't Bill Gates supposed to be Christian?
But look, if he was, I don't know. Is he still alive? I say him like he's dead.
Yeah,
He's still alive.
He's still alive.
Well, I don't know what he does with his money. Like, you don't. I don't know.
Well, he tries to
I don't
give
actually
away.
know.
He gives away a lot of money, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's got charities
And lots of charities and stuff.
Yeah.
Because, like, for example, is it his fault he's a genius and made Microsoft?
No.
Oh, no.
And I think
We all
he should
benefit
be
from that.
rewarded from his toil.
And he's created so many jobs from that. Like, there's not. That's why when you get, if you've got a good idea and then you make loads of money, but you're offering loads and loads of jobs. That's not wrong, but then it's usually the working conditions. Like for Amazon workers, the working conditions aren't great.
Hey,
Pay's not
Mr.
great.
Jeff, he just sorted it out, mate.
He doesn't own Amazon anymore.
Does he
does
not?
I think he sold that, didn't he? So someone else is the CEO or something. I don't think he's got.
He probably still owns like a big proportion.
Share, yeah.
Shares wise, man. I don't think he's a CEO.
I don't know.
No, he probably shared his majority stake or something like that, but still earns loads of money on
Seems to know a
shares.
lot about investing.
I'm just guessing.
Guess that is what investment is. It's good.
No,
good
you
guess.
surely he'd obviously own like the company and then sell it off.